Hey guys, good afternoon. Sarah Pacaro, Rapid Transformational Therapist. I'm going to share with you today 5 ways to cope if the person that you were with you have just found out is a narcissist, or you just came across this term, or you're learning about it because you know that you're extremely miserable, unhappy in your relationship. You feel like you're dead and you're wondering why. So you're Googling, you're searching, you're looking up information, and you've just found out that the person that you were with is a narcissist. So here are 5 ways to cope. Because it's really difficult. It's oftentimes very enlightening when you find out this term and you start looking into its definition, but it's very, very detrimental, like very damaging as well. So how do you cope when you just find out that the person that you were with is a narcissist? Because this is a person that you love, that you have spent a lot of time and energy and effort into making happy. Maybe you are a parent with them and you're trying to navigate the world of parenting, co-parenting, and finding it very, very stressful. So understand that first and foremost, they exaggerate their self-importance, their achievements, and their abilities. You'll notice this constantly. So the first way to cope is to begin discounting what they say by half the claim. They're saying it's 100%. You know in your mind, as you're gaslighting, or sorry, not gaslighting, they're gaslighting you. You are gray rocking, using those just responses like, okay, got it. And stop giving into it. So begin discounting their claims. They're saying it's up here, it's 100%. They're like making this big exaggeration about their achievements, their abilities. Begin to discount it by at least 50%. So in your mind, you know the term, take it with a grain of salt. It doesn't work. It does not work with a narcissist. You need to take it with a giant 50-pound bag of salt, not just a grain of salt. So discount what they say by at least half the claim. That's probably not even close to the truth, but it's a lot closer to what they're making it seem like the truth is. So that's the first thing that you can do to cope when you find out you are with a narcissist. Don't take their claims at face value 100%. Begin to discount them by half. Take it with a bag of salt instead of a grain of salt. So, second thing that you can do is, you know that they require constant attention from you and from everyone else. You're a form and source of supply, and so is everyone else in their life, and they require constant attention from you. So what do? Well, the way that you can cope with this is learn to see this trait, this need for constant attention and validation, as exactly what it is. And what it is an attempt to fill an internal void that they have. They have an internal void. So see it for what it is. This trait is an attempt to fill this internal void. Knowing this and seeing this, okay, they're trying to fill an internal void, allows you to not misunderstand this as their way of expressing the need for love. So I hope that makes sense. So see that when they are requiring constant attention and validation, and they're putting you down and making you kind of compliment them and say, oh my God, no, you're so great, and then they silent treatment, they stonewall, they gaslight you, all to get you to come back. Learn to see this as their trait to fill that internal void, so that you don't misinterpret, misunderstand it as their need for expressing love, because they often come back and will say, well, I love you, and you feel like you're going crazy because your mind is thinking, well, if you love me, why would you do that? Why would you treat that to me? Why would you treat me that way? So see it for what it really is. They have an internal void that they are trying to fill. And know this, that's one of the next steps to coping. Another step to coping after you find out that they are a narcissist is you are going to see them all the time being very, very self-absorbed, very self-obsessed, pursuing selfish goals. Like, they do things and they don't even consider you, they don't consider the kids, they don't consider anything or anyone other than themselves. So, another way to cope is to train yourself to expect this behavior. Because oftentimes what you hope is that they will change, or they'll get better, or they'll stop, and your expectations are unmet and you are let down. So if you train yourself to expect this kind of behavior, not selfless consideration, but the selfishness that they show you, they can't be selfless with others' needs. And become independent in solving your own needs and your own problems. A lot of times we rely on the narcissist and they tell us, oh, just, let me prove to you, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. And then we end up getting let down and disappointed because they don't follow through. They don't take responsibility. So train yourself to expect to be let down and expect that they're going to be selfish, and train yourself to be independent in solving your own problems. Instead of going to them with your problems, find someone else who can do it. Like, for example, I just had a consultation or a coaching call with a client, and she needed help with her car, and the ex-narcissist was a car mechanic, and he was like, oh, don't you worry about going and paying $500, like, I will take care of it, just pay for the parts. And I'm not going to go into the whole story, but it was a shit show. And now she is out even more money and has to take it to a real mechanic anyway because of what this ex-narcissist put her and her kids through by saying that he would do it, he would take care of it, and believing that he would. So learn to take care of your own needs and stop going to them, stop relying on them, because you're only going to be let down. The next thing that you can do to cope when you realize that this person is a narcissist is know that they want you and expect you to be perfect in everything. That's not possible. No one is perfect, but they expect perfection from you, and then when you're not perfect, you're simply human, they belittle you and make you feel bad about yourself for that because you didn't meet their needs. You're not good enough. So understand that no matter what you do, it will never be perfect for them. Do your best, but be ready to be criticized. And don't take it personally. They are criticizing you because they criticize themselves for everything they do. But they're going to expect you to be perfect with everything. So just understand that no matter what you do, it's not going to be perfect, it's not going to meet their expectations, and they are going to criticize you for that. So know that when everything and anything offends them, because it can, will, and does, what this is their extremely fragile egos that cannot stand the criticism at all because of this presumption that they are perfect. They are gods, they are above everyone and everything. So when this starts to show its ugly head, it can, will, and does all the time, don't blame yourself. A part of coping mechanisms, don't blame yourself for upsetting them. They're always going to get upset. So don't blame yourself for it. Because if you do, all that happens is that you internalize it, and your sense of value, your self-esteem, your self-confidence goes down. And they're always going to blame you. They're always going to make you wrong and them right. So don't blame yourself for upsetting them. They're upset. Whether you're in their life or not, they are upset. So don't blame yourself for upsetting them. Even if you speak the most perfect language to them and you use the most perfect words, something will still offend them. So you can use the terms like, I'm sorry you feel that way, and I accept your faulty perception of me, and know that they're still going to find something wrong with it. They're still going to find a way to criticize you and belittle you because their little fragile egos cannot stand criticism, and any word that comes out of your mouth they perceive as a criticism and as a threat. So don't blame yourself for upsetting them. They're upset people, not just at you, at themselves, at the world, at everyone, because everyone's out to get them, and they are constantly on the defense for that. So I hope that these 5 coping mechanisms help you. If you have the narcissist still in your life, get out. Or if you have just recently realized that the person that you were with is a narcissist, or have a friend or family member, anyone that you are like, oh my God, yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. Don't worry about getting out and diagnosing them. It's not going to happen, more than likely. But protect and defend yourself against the deep internal damage that it does. And then when you're ready to heal, take your power back, connect it all to where you're at in your life now today. I would love to help you on that journey. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this helps you wherever you're at along your journey. If you're in, if you're out, if you're on the way, if you're in the process of. So please reach out, send me a message, or you can click on my banner and schedule a call with me today. So thank you guys.